And good morning, everyone, and welcome into the Breakfast Club Newsmakers here on WYTM and WEKR. And we're coming to you on Fayetteville Public Utilities Channel 6. We're coming to you from our studios here at 408 West College Street. We have our CEO, General Manager Britt with us again this morning, as we do each month. Good morning, Britt.
Morning, Don.
Yesterday, we had a situation with our voice over IP phones. A lot of people were having this problem. It was a nationwide situation and had something to do with a cyber attack. What do you know about that?
Well, we know that they attacked a lot of the providers that we have our services from, but thank goodness we didn't shut all the way down. There were some providers that shut completely down due to the cyber attack, but it seems like it's running better this morning.
I guess this is something that we have to constantly be on guard for, and I guess it's something we just have to keep an eye on in the future as well, because not only could it happen here locally, it can happen nationwide as well.
Well, absolutely. Plus, that's the reason we do so much work on a redundancy for the planning of the contingencies on all of our firewall protection. It's been pretty good so far, and we keep it updated regularly, and, I don't know if it'll stop all viruses. You got some mighty smart folks out there trying to do this all the time, so we're try to be as prepared as we can be.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about Telecom with the cable being disconnected at the end of the year. We appreciate all the customers that we've had for the last, I guess, over 20 years now that you got in the business back in the 90s.
1999. Actually, was when we launched, and you know what? I've been talking with some of the customers, that don't know or have a direction of which way they need to go, and we've been sitting down with those and making visits to talk it out, to make sure that they're trying to do the right thing, but we're also helping in some ways to teach them how to do other things, like if it comes to streaming, or if you want to do YouTube TV, or different types of services.
Yep. All right. Well, as we mentioned there, we are continuing the internet side of the business, and we encouraging people that's doing the streaming to stay with us. We appreciate their business, and but for those who's got cable boxes and things like that, we'd like to have those back by January 31st. Channel 6 programming, as you're watching here on Channel 6, and as we'll continue on our online, on our website, on Facebook and Twitter and those things. So we appreciate y'all staying with us for that. And we have a lot going on with that. Right now, we're continuing to build internet throughout the county, as many places as we can. You might mention that.
Oh, absolutely. We're still located in the southwest part of the county, and they got some more monies that's going to be coming available, and we hope to get the application process going by the end of the month. And we're also meeting with the county, Mayor Newman, on some of these things and see how we make that work to get to more areas, because we're turning in the entire areas that's underserved, which is quite a few areas in the county. But you're still going to have that to where you got those gaps. It might be where we end somewhere, and then our competition or other service providers might be in the next area that we're not allowed to go into due to the grant applications that you got to qualify for. But we're trying to plan and have some type of vision of how we're going to get all that done. But when the grants become available, we'll get the applications filled out. We'll need the customer support, with some support letters to get it done, and we'll move on from there.
Yeah, what you're saying is the grant money, we're not allowed to build over a Charter or Mediacom or anybody else, actually. So we're building to those who have no internet or are underserved, don't have quality internet.
Yeah, that is correct.
All right. One thing that you've talked to me about here lately, one thing we want our customers to do is update your information. It's very important. You might talk a little bit about that information.
Well, you have a lot of addresses that has changed as far as 911 to some degree, and phone numbers have changed tremendously because everybody's using cell phones now compared to a landline phone, and it helps us to be able to contact you in case of an emergency, case of power outages, in place of something happens real bad to the water or wastewater or telecom, so we can call you up, or if we can return a call if you have any kind of a utility problem that we can call you back. And we're losing a lot of that contact information because the phone numbers are changing. But, if you'll call in and give us your updated information so we can contact you, and then that way if you were to call or something like that, if we need to get a hold of you, we got a good number.
Yep. Our number is 433-1522. You can call in and give us that information, update that, or you can email us at customerservice@fpu-tn.com. And this would really help out us and help you out, too, in the future when we move into that, when we need to get in touch with you, as you said. Let's talk a little bit about the Hurricane Ida restoration. We sent a crew down there to help take care of them, and I'm sure those folks in Louisiana were pretty happy to see some help.
Yeah, they had quite a bit of help, and there's still some areas that still hasn't restored power, but, it got to be where at the time that we came home, the areas that had to go, if you didn't have big track machines to get into swamps and those kinds of things, we had to wait on those, but there's a lot of areas we did get into and was able to restore power and build new lines, set a lot of poles, and, the folks in that area was very, very thankful. Matter of fact, we got some letters, thank you notes from kids and drawings from kids and those kinds of things. It's letting us know how much they appreciated the federal public utilities being there.
These people were out of power at least a month, weren't they?
Or longer. You still got some that's out of power.
Oh, wow. That's just hard to imagine. We don't know how lucky we are. We appreciate our crew's willingness to go down and help out those folks down there because you never know. We don't want to think about it, but it could happen here.
Well, if you ever need help, and I'm not going to say that we'll never need it because there is times that we might need it, especially, during an ice storm or a tornado, those kinds of things. But, that's what we do. That's our job, and that's what we do.
Yep. All right. Well, we got energy savings, fall breaks coming up. We got energy drainers in people's homes people might not think about. So we want people to invest in smart power strips and things like that. There's all kinds of energy saving tips on our website, on energy savings on energyright.com. So.
Right.
So that's energyright.com to find out more information about that. And it's a perfect time also to change your air filters and things like that. So we want to tell everybody about that. But we got something going on now, free fall light ups going on. You might mention how that works.
Well, we got a time frame that you can call in and get a free fall light up. But, after that time frame and time, it'll start going into costing the customer to get that done, and we're just trying to get you ahead of the game and get everything done in plenty of time where it's not in the month of November's and December's when it starts turning off code, to get things done. So, it starts Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and it goes from September 13th and runs through October the 29th.
Very good.
So,
very good. You done your homework there, Britt. All right. But anyway, so please call 433-1522 to make your appointment. And that's very, very good. And it's a free service. But after that time, we just basically don't want you to wait till it's going to get down 32 degrees. And then we're busy getting
That's correct.
Going.
And that's what happened in the past few years. Everybody waits to the last minute to get it done. And we can't get everybody's done. Sometimes temperature will drop down to 30 degrees. And we weren't able to get there to get you pilot light lit. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's happened. All right. Well, we got Public Power Week and Public Natural Gas Week, and this year they're on the same week. Britt, is that the way it normally is?
Not normally, but
okay.
This year it is, and we'll just recognize Public Power Week and the natural gas. So, we'll get some advertisements out and talk about those two services as well.
Absolutely, that's coming up. And one thing, believe it or not, it's hard to believe, September's kind of flew by. We're going to be October 1st, Friday, coming up Friday, and that's when our guys will start wearing the pink hard hats for breast cancer awareness.
That is right. We started this back a few years ago, and we do that every year now, and it shows the public in our community how much we support and try to do what we can for the community. During these times that everybody, lots of folks have experienced, with the breast cancer, and we just want to show them that we're committed.
Last month we were talking about our ribeye sandwich sale, which we raised money for local charities, and we had a very successful ribeye sandwich. So we want to thank all the customers, all the people who bought sandwiches. Absolutely.
We sold over 1,000 tickets, and we give out to charities and Heart Walk and cancer and those kinds of things. So it helps again, that's another thing that we do for the community here in Fayetteville County.
Something you deal with a lot is people digging around in the dirt and they hit some of our stuff. We want people to call 811. So I'm sure you have to deal with where accidents happen and that kind of thing.
Yeah, all the time. It'd be cheaper on you if you were to call, because the call doesn't cost you anything. But if you go and you dig up something without a locate, it could cost you tremendously.
Yeah, and just call before you do any digging. It would be a lot better off, and it's safer too because you can get killed. There's a lot of there's not only gas lines, there's electric lines, there's utility lines, and there's all kind of telecom lines. So you could cut your internet off. You don't want to do that.
Well, you don't want to cut your internet off, but you also don't want to cut a gas line or
That's right.
or anything else like that. But you cut AT&T, and some of those cuts can, like I said, are very, very expensive.
Yep, and it takes quite a lot of time to fix. All right, Britt. Well, we appreciate you talking to us this morning. Our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye, with us. Anything else before we go?
Now, I know that temperature is starting to change a little bit and getting around to be fall, and leaves are falling. So, call us if you need to get a pilot lit, and we'll get it done.
All right. We appreciate the Breakfast Club Newsmakers here on WEKRWYTM, and we appreciate you watching and listening on Fayetteville Public Utilities Channel 6.